Curious. If you survey individuals with a net worth exceeding $10 million, you'll find a significant portion report feeling deeply anxious about their financial security. Most of us operate under the assumption that wealth is a fixed target, that once you hit a specific number in your bank account, you cross a permanent threshold into safety. On a macroeconomic scale, those numbers are rising. Over the last few decades, global GDP has grown at a massive scale, and in step with that growth, the quality of housing, nutrition, and healthcare available to the average person has risen as well. This chart compares that systemic economic output against human sentiment. While the line representing GDP growth trends sharply upward, the line measuring financial satisfaction remains flat. Despite the expansion of total wealth, the collective sense of money-related stress has not moved. Why does generating exponentially more wealth across a society fail to provide a proportionate sense of relief? We are misinterpreting the goal. We treat wealth as a final destination, when in reality, we are running on a perpetual treadmill. To understand the trap, we have to split wealth into two categories. First is absolute wealth. These are the finite physical resources required to keep a human being alive and comfortable: reliable shelter, daily calories, and physical safety. Once a society meets that survival threshold, our behavioral focus shifts almost entirely towards the second category. Relative wealth consists of assets that derive their value from comparison. They are useful primarily because other people lack them. Think of an exclusive zip code, a limited production luxury vehicle, or an elite university degree. Economists call these positional goods. The logic of a positional good is exclusionary. For you to experience a gain, someone else must lack access. We can see how this forces collective exhaustion by looking at a classic scenario from game theory: a crowd watching a concert. At baseline, everyone is seated in a grid with an equal view. Then one person stands, gaining an advantage but blocking those behind them. To regain their sightline, the next row stands, triggering a ripple. Eventually, all are standing, burning more energy for the exact same view. This is the mechanism of a positional economy. As spending power increases at the top, the baseline cost of housing, education, and social participation inflates for everyone else. The difficulty of getting ahead is rarely a matter of personal failure. You are competing against the escalating collective spending power of the entire society. In this environment, systemic growth doesn't make the middle class feel richer. It simply raises the price of admission to stand in the same spot. This pyramid reveals reality. Relative wealth is a zero-sum equation. Because peak space is finite, the vast majority cannot occupy it. Even reaching that tip doesn't stop the cycle. A new peak simply resets your peer group, restarting relative comparisons against other millionaires. Recognizing that the game is structurally rigged allows for a change in perspective. It removes the burden of self-blame for always feeling like you are behind. Real financial peace requires intentionally decoupling your self-worth from your relative economic position. This means defining enough as an absolute metric based on your personal values, rather than a shifting benchmark set by others. To win a race with no finish line, you must refuse to run it. Define your own enough and step off the track.